Good morning.
What up?
Hey, sorry we're a little late. Had a lot going on this morning and a few technical difficulties.
A lot of technical difficulties. The first one is she's married to me.
Well, anyway, we're sorry we kept you waiting. And here we go. We're going to be live, and we're going to be talking about some of the stuff that went on at Rally. A lot of great things. I hope if you got to go, you loved it and are excited about the jewelry and everything that went along with it. First of all, one of the big announcements was the sponsoring promotion, which is $195 to get in. That does not include jewelry though, and we all know that people are more successful with jewelry than without jewelry. So you definitely want them to have jewelry. Also remember that this only runs the month of January and the month of February, and don't think, oh, I've got a couple of weeks and I can get things going. I mean, guys, time flies, and now is the time. We've been offering since November 2 live opportunity presentation calls a week. And so this would be a really good time to be talking to those people. We've got 2 calls this Wednesday, so be sure and invite people for that. Also be a great time for anybody that you have talked to in the past to say, hey, I know we talked and it was $395, but I got to let you in. Got a New Year's special, and it's $195. And then, of course, with the being able to hold your personal show as many times as you want, some of these people could actually get in for $195, and if they still cannot afford jewelry, then you can help them get jewelry through holding personal shows. So don't forget, that's an option. But of course, we know that we really want them to get in with their boutique, because that is the very best start for anybody.
That's right. The more you show, the more you'll sell.
Right. So please remember that. And while we're on that topic, that brings up our social media announcement and our flexibility announcement on how we can sell jewelry in a lot of different ways. And I just was going to give you my little visual, because ex-school teachers love visual aids and talks. And then I'm going to turn it over to Randy, and then as usual I'm going to interrupt Randy, because that's what I do.
That's kind of how she rolls, and I usually don't say it quite like the way she would say it, so she was going to interject, right?
Always.
Yeah, I love it.
That's how it rolls. But here's what we're going to say is this. I am very, very excited about the flexibility that Premier is going to offer us. And I really want to stress, very excited. We used to be able to do a lot of stuff like this, and I feel like now we are able to do that again. I look at this as we are going to be able to provide women with a buffet of ways to be able to add income to their family. And I feel like in the past, we've just had one entree. And for some people, that just doesn't work. We have got so many different kinds of customers out there. We all still have, and we know our home show, our jewelry show is going to be our very best tool. It's tried, it's proven, and so we know that. And you're going to have a group of ladies that are going to always love being able to invite people into their home and have refreshments and have you come in. That group is not going away. But you know what? You've got some other customers that also don't like doing that. Have you ever had a lady at a show and she said, I just don't do parties? Well, you know what? Then you're going to get to offer her a different entree. You're going to have now a buffet that you can choose from to be able to offer her a way to get free jewelry and experience Premier. I look at this as such a great way for us to connect with some people that maybe we've never been able to connect with before, because they just weren't into the jewelry show presentation thing. So I'm really excited about having a buffet instead of an entree. Also,
I like buffets.
Well, we like to eat, so of course that's appealing to us.
A lot more fun than an entree.
And I think about single moms. I think about working moms out in the workplace and how their time is so limited now. And this is such a great way for them to still add extra money to their family needs and have a lot of flexibility. So this really, to me, is what Premier is all about. It's making a way to enrich lives. And if we get stuck just in one thing, we are limiting ourselves to being able to meet a lot of other people. So this is good. I can remember I used to do what we called mega shows. And, here I was, a young mom, toddlers, very, very tight budget, because basically no budget because we had no money at all. Paying babysitters was really challenging for us. And I could go to a restaurant. I could have 3 hostesses there. Hostess A would have a table with all of her friends sitting there. Hostess B would have a table with all her friends sitting there. And hostess C would have a table with all of her friends sitting there. I would do one presentation, just like I always do, and then they would all shop. They'd all mingle with each other, which that really brought the excitement level up for everybody. It connected people in a different way. And then I had 3 shows with one presentation. So hostess A, her table, all those orders were for her hostess benefits. Hostess B, all of the people at her table, those sales and everything and bookings were for her hostess benefit, and so on. So, for those girls that are out there and they're trying to do all their shows on a Saturday, this is a great way for them to be able to have the shows they need for their family, but yet not have to spend extra money for babysitters. So that worked great for me, and I love that is going to be an option out there for people to have. And I'm super excited about that.
And Jan Hart just reminded us that people with physical limitations
Right.
are going to have a whole lot more flexibility for shows.
Exactly. And even girls that maybe you do live in an area of town where you are very convenient for people to stop by. Mostly smaller towns have that, privilege. But, you can have 3 hostesses that don't want to clean their house. And you go, hey, you girls all come over on a Saturday, invite your friends, and we'll have a show with a bunch of people there. So I really love the flexibility that's going to give us.
And 20 people is a lot more fun than 3 or 4 people.
No duh. Big red truck.
Especially when Elizabeth's in the house.
Well, and we all know that. How you do a show and there's 3 people that show up and we all go, yay, 3 people, we're going to have just as much fun. And in your head, you're going, it's not as much fun if there's, 3 people. But we're still going to do our best. This way, it just really connects people in a different way. So I am excited about that option.
Yep. And Elizabeth Mahusai is saying people that have a full-time job and don't have as much flexibility, now they have flexibility because of what Premier has opened up. And it's just going to be awesome. Why would we want to be limited to 2 or 3 nights a month when now we've been opened up the whole 30 days of a month, and every jeweler can kind of custom design the Premier experience to fit their needs.
Right. And I still feel like, the only thing that none of us really have tackled well is the social media aspect. And I know that's scary to a lot of people. This is something new for me, but Randy and I have always been kind of the, pace setters in our business. I mean, we've always been the one that have jumped out there and tried things and hit the rail and go, that's horrible, and then rework it and do it again. And so I really feel like here's how it's going to go down with social media and Facebook shows. I feel like the people that really embrace that and like that, they're going to figure it out. They're going to teach a lot of us, and they're going to run with it, and they're going to do well. I feel like the people that are kind of freaked out about Facebook and Facebook Live and Skype and all of those things.
Kind of like us.
I think what they're going to do? They're going to go, oh, yay, great idea, and they're not going to try it. So I don't think that we're going to see tons of changes that way. But I think some people are going to see that as a way that gives them flexibility. Just got a call yesterday, and I had a girl who said, I had a girl that was going to sign up in another direct sales company because they had the option to do Facebook parties and we did not. And she called me back last night. She said, "You're not going to believe it." I called the girl back after rally. I told her about our flexibility, and the girl said, "Oh, good. I'm not going to get in that other company now because I really like Premier and I really like jewelry better, so I'm going to sign up in Premier." So I just think you have got such an opportunity to be able to let people do what they are comfortable with. And of course, all of us as leaders are going to, well, not all of us, I don't know what all leaders are going to do, but I know these leaders right here, I know that we are going to really work hard and learn the right way to do it. I want to lead out in showing the direct sales industry how you can be on social media and keep it personal. And I want us to be the forerunners for, wow, this is a company that knows how to make it personal even though they're using social media. So I'm excited. And I've also got an older son, Kyle, who is a tech company owner, and he's just like on our heels constantly, do this, do that, do that. So I've also got a little tutorial going on with him, and I'm going to share that as I learn stuff.
Well, and what's exciting is it's no longer what are the rules, it's what are the opportunities. We're not limited to having to do it a certain way. Now we're given the opportunity to go do it whatever way works for us best. And one of the first changes you're going to see in 2017, there's no longer on the website, it'll no longer say personal show or jewelry show. It's just going to say jewelry show. And as Bob shared in the video at Rally, if you're the hostess and you brought the guests to the show, you can be a hostess as many times in a month, multiple times in a month. There's no limit any longer because a hostess is a woman who brings guests to a show. So if you're that woman who's bringing guests to the show, it's a personal show for you. I think that's a fantastic change for flexibility in 2017.
You know, and I can see too, you know, obviously you can use the free jewelry you get from your personal shows for yourself to add to your display. But you know what? For some people who want to run contests for their downline but don't have the money to do that, you can have a personal show and get the free jewelry as the hostess and then use that free jewelry that you got as something to do for contests and awards for your people. And I love that. So I think that's another great thing about that for us.
Yeah, and the rule of thumb that Premier has given us to determine whether it's a show or whether it's a catalog sales program is if a woman brings you guests, that's a show. If a woman brings you orders, that's a catalog show, catalog sales program. So that's the new flexibility, and that's kind of the rule of thumb for us to think about whether it's a show or whether it's catalog sales, and I love that. They're also adding this year.
I love him.
I love her.
He's
That's right.
cute.
We're going to celebrate 40 years of marriage this year, and we got married in 3rd grade, so that's amazing, isn't it? Not really.
And we didn't even live in
But we were 19.
Arkansas. Okay, go.
Yeah.
Hi, Melody.
I just got that.
Hi, Adrian.
Yeah, Shauna Clark got on. Hi, Shauna.
Shauna.
Yeah. However, on the Quick Start program, now because of the mega show, theoretically, a new jeweler, I guess, could go have 6 hostesses at one location, do 6 shows, and she just did her 6 Quick Start. Well, guess what? That's nothing wrong with that. She can do that, but they're adding a retail requirement per show starting in 2017. If you have a new jeweler that started last year and they're on the older program, they're still on the older program. This is for new jewelers who just signed up in 2017.
Right.
But there's a $200 retail requirement per show. So on Quick Start 6, they've got to submit at least $1,200 retail. On Quick Start 9, they've got to submit $1,800 retail. And on Quick Start 12, you know what it is, $2,400 retail. So that's a change for 2017. It's a great change. The average show's way over $200.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't even really be an issue for our new jewelers.
And I think it's a great way, too, to really get our new jewelers focused on ways that we can retail jewelry and increase our retail. And remember, that is just for people that are working on Quick Start starting in 2017. All the people from 2016 that are working on Quick Start, they are on the former program. So make sure that they understand that. But I think that's a good change. You know, change, I crack up because people all the time say, I love change. Change, oh, I just love change. I just wish we could change. But you know what? People really don't like change. And I think that's why some people freak out. Change, oh my gosh, what's happening? Change is good. Change is making progress. Change is moving forward. Change is giving you opportunities that you never would have had before if you didn't accept and grasp hold to change. But, you know, I got to ask this question. And honey, if people are asking questions, you'll have to read because I can't read and talk at the same time. Ta-da! But here's the deal. You know, I heard people go, well, what about, you know, like there's not really all these elements of a show. Of course there's elements of a show. But you know what? We're just not going to be rigid. For example, we've all had this happen. You sign a girl up, you get ready, you start training her and getting her ready for her training show, and she says to you, listen, I'm just not going to sponsor people. I'm not in this to sponsor. I'm just in this to just sell some jewelry and have fun. Now, I know what you do because I know I do this. I say to them, hey, not a problem. You don't have to sponsor. And I know they're not going to do a sponsoring activity because they don't want to sponsor. But you know, it's interesting how as they go down the road a little bit, then all of a sudden they go, I kind of think I want to sponsor. Or that first person that says to them, can I do what you do? All of a sudden, the light's on and they're ready to go. So, you know, that's not changed. We all know common sense tells us if you want to book shows, you're going to need to use a booking activity. If you want to sponsor, you're going to need to tell your story at your shows. So that's not going to change. It's just going to let people have a little bit of grace instead of a lot of law. And I think that's going to give people the freedom to go, you mean I can get in this business and I can just sit at the table and I can just show my jewelry around the table and just talk to them about it instead of standing up and doing 1, 2, 3, ABC? Absolutely you can. I can remember Shauna Clark used to tell me when she first got in, she was so scared to stand up in front of people that she did sit around the dining room table and just have conversations with people. And that's how she did her shows. And you know what? I think she did pretty okay with that. Yeah. And now we have the ability to say to people, yes, you can do that and embrace it. And it's, of course, as they get experienced in their jewelry business and as they want to move forward and advance or make a little bit more money or add people to their Premier family, we're going to, of course, train them and teach them on how to use tools that are going to help them do that. But I'm going to be honest, you're going to have some girls. I've got a first level. All she wants to do is just sell jewelry to family and friends. And you know what? Guess what? She can do that. And that can be a show. And I think that's wonderful for her. And that's what her desire is. And she's going to be able to do that without me having to say, okay, girl, well, did you do this? Did you do that? Well, did you do well, then, you know, sorry to rain on your parade. You know, you can't do it. You know, I don't want to be a person that's constantly saying, no, you can't. I want to be a person that gives some people some freedom and some flexibility to work this business and to meet their needs. Because, you know, that's what Jesus did. He met their physical needs first. And as he met their physical needs, guess what? Then through that, he showed them all about who he was. And they got to meet Jesus. That to me is huge. And I see a lot of ability to be able to do that in the days to come with that. Now, I did get a question. And like I said, I don't know if they're asking questions, but
they are.
Well, you can answer.
And they're making funny comments. Elizabeth Mahusai found change in her sofa.
Well, we do
So-
that. When people come over to our house, we always sit them down and we grab their shoulders and go, "Glad you're here." And then whatever comes out of their pockets, we pick it up later. That's how we.
Yeah, you heard
pay for
about the
things.
guy who ran to the counselor and said, "I'm having these nightmares." He said, "Tell me about them." He said, "It's just nickels, dimes, quarters. It's just they're everywhere. Nickels, dimes, quarters." He goes, "Oh, that's easy." He said, "You're afraid of change." Yeah.
That's joke 23 in
I
our
know
house.
it.
We love it.
Got to throw them in every now and then.
Okay, now here's a question I have been asked, and I'm going to answer this. What about training shows? Can we do a training show on Facebook? Well, I asked Mandy Eaton that question exactly, and she said yes. She said there are situations where you have signed someone up and you cannot get to them because of airfares. You've got to book your flight a little farther out. And so, yes, you can do a Facebook show for your new jeweler. But we all know a new jeweler is not going to make it if you never get, where she is and work with her and help her. So, yes, can you do a Facebook training show? Yes, you can. But do you still need to plan to go physically to where she is and help her and work with her? Yes, you do. But this way it'll enable you to be able to get that show rolling for her quicker, and then you can go on and book that flight or plan your trip to drive out there, because we don't want to sponsor people and not give them a fair shake at doing this business. So we do know that we're going to have to get with them at some point. So that's the answer to that question. Okay?
Yeah. Yes, and I need to clarify something. Elizabeth Mahusai found change in her washing machine, and Melody Box found it in the couch, and they've been giving me a hard time and saying I got it wrong. And guess what? I'm fully admitting I messed it up. Hi, Dito Ray. She asked us to acknowledge that she was out there. So some people are just needy, and we want to make sure you get mentioned.
Okay.
Hey,
that's
also,
bad.
here's some flexibility, and I love this. Shauna Clark is on. Shauna always just sits around the kitchen table. Hi, Shauna.
I just
and
said that.
Does her shows, but they can do them any way they want to. That's what I love. Now my shows are now legal. I walk in and go, "Hey, ladies, I don't know anything about fashion. Let's just go shop." And while they're standing there shopping, I tell them about the hostess plan, tell them about our guarantee. I mean, it's ugly but effective. And so I'm excited now to know that what I do is actually legal because of the flexibility now that we have in 2017.
Yeah, I think I'm going to set Randy loose, and he's done, I think, about 85 shows. I think I'm going to cut him loose, see if he can hit that 100 show club, get himself a little charm for his little bracelet that has nothing on it.
That's right. I did my 86th show a couple of months ago. Elizabeth got sick. I went and did the show. I knew nothing. I walked in and told them that, and they shopped. They helped me through the show, and it was $700 shows and $700 show in one booking. So guess what? You don't have to know anything to be successful in this business. Now, you might want to be a stylist and do it that way. That is fantastic. You may not feel called to be a stylist. You don't feel like you look that way or feel that way. Guess what? I love it. We can do it any way we want to. And guess what? There's no limits. And it's Flexible 2017. What a great time to be a part of Premier. So I love the statement again. I'm going to say it one more time. It's not what are the rules, it's what are the opportunities in
Absolutely.
2017.
And I would be sure to share that with your girls, because this is a year of opportunities, and I want us to seize the moment. Take hold of 2017, and man, make this your year to work your business and be flexible. People are going to be excited about that, because the bottom line is when you're excited, they're excited. People are attracted to other people that are excited. And so I think this is going to give the field a real rush of adrenaline. I think it's going to let people have a little bit of, and it's going to also allow Premier Home Office to not feel like all they do is be a policeman. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. No, you got to stick to right what this is. So I really am excited about that. Randy is too. Were there some other things on our list
you
that we
covered
needed
them
to
all.
cover?
I think you did.
I think we kind of hit that all.
Well, the only other thing we just want to throw out, the Premier Guide, it's a Premier Life that's placed on the website for new jewelers. They've already added an updated page to cover this information, and they'll also receive a page that they can add to their little booklet.
Right. So I think unless you have a question while we're still on live, you can type that in the comment section. And if that comes in the next few minutes, we'll answer that question for you. Otherwise, some of y'all are being pretty stinking silly with some of the stuff you're posting, and it's keeping me to, I'm having to use great restraint to not comment on every comment I am looking at because y'all are pretty funny.
Kim Adams wants me to get a 100 Show Club charm.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you, if he does,
Yeah.
everybody better stand up and cheer for him because
I've never even gotten a 25 show charm.
he's
so
never even
what
dreamed.
up with that?
He's never dreamed of it. He has no goals whatsoever.
I tell you what, I am dreaming of.
A white Christmas. Oh wait, sorry.
I'm dreaming of a company of women who are so focused on bigger dreams than what they think they can accomplish that they have to rely on God to make it happen. And I believe in 2017, all of us need to take our dreams to a whole nother level. And when we do, God says in Ephesians 3:20 that he's able to do exceeding abundantly beyond anything we can even ask or think about. And I'm just going to claim that. And it's according to the power that's within us. What's the power? The power of Christ in our lives. And if you've never made that decision to trust Christ with your life, I'm going to tell you it's the best decision you'll ever make, and it'll change your life in the middle of all these changes that are going on in Premier, and that would be the best change for 2017. If that's you, you call us, you ask. We'd love to share with you how Christ can make an incredible difference in your life, and his power in you gives God the ability to do exceeding abundantly more than you can even ask or think in 2007 at 17 and beyond. So God bless y'all. And
I'm not done.
Okay, she's not done.
He
so
just kind of like burst out there.
I was trying
and
to wrap it up, and she's not.
I was trying to
finished.
get him to not hit my face with that. Just remember, it's not change; it's opportunities.
Yep.
And I think that's great. Elizabeth Mahusai asked, "What are these things that I'm going to embrace first in my personal business?" First of all, I'm going to be really working on my show with several hostesses. I love that, and I used to do it a long time ago, and I'm going to bring that back into my circle, and I love that. I'm also going to be embracing some more of the Facebook things. You're going to see us doing more Facebook Live things. We're working right now on doing our first opportunity presentation, and it will be Facebook Live. And so we're going to be working on that, and I'm excited about that as well. But don't forget, we do have a live call this Wednesday. One is at, I think, 11:30 Central Standard Time in the morning this Wednesday, and one is at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the number's posted on our group pages. So listen, unless there's anything else, I don't think there.
Yeah, they're asking. Jan asked, how do we share it? I believe you're going to be able to just hit the share button after we finish this video, and you can share it.
Yes, this whole little recorded thing. Well, hey,
And y'all
listen.
have our permission to share this video.
Yes, you do. Or you have our permission to never share this video. Whatever you think, we're happy about it because we're flexible.
That's right.
And listen, we appreciate you so much.
We can't touch our toes, but we're flexible.
It's not pretty. And thank you for your time. Listen, if you have any questions, please holler at us, let us know, send us a text, private messages, whatever you want to do. We're happy to answer those questions. We're excited about 2017. We're excited about what God's going to do. We're excited about what God's going to do through us. And we're excited about all the opportunities that we have just been given to be able to reach people and love on them and enrich every life we touch. So anyway, with all that, guess what? We're going to say bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day.